Kigali is a beautiful city of, I think, the cleanest city in Africa, sitting on top of 11 hills.
A place of growing and development in terms of infrastructure, business opportunities, movement of people.
But also from a tech perspective, it's a place that is bustling with a lot of activity in the digital space.
Welcome to this new episode of the Living in Kigali show. As you know, we are in the tech season and we are seeing how different businesses are handling or coping with this new business model, which is e-commerce. Now, today we are going to be seeing how the hospitality industry is also coping with this new business model, as well as how the retailers are shifting from the brick and mortar businesses to the e-commerce business model. Stay tuned. This is Living in Kigali show. I am Cynthia Chizuzo, your host. You are welcome.
COVID has brought many challenges. It's something which has accelerated, it has actually leapfrogged the development of e-commerce in not only this market, but world over.
COVID-19 pandemic led to the shutdown of tourism and hospitality related services in Rwanda.
With the advancement of e-commerce, people are wondering, should I move my business to e-commerce only, or should I use the brick and mortar business side by side with the e-commerce business model? This is a question that business people are wondering about. What is the way to go?
You see, if you have a brick and mortar, you're in one fixed place. Now, when you integrate e-commerce, now you can expand virtually, you can expand your area of business, you can get more customers at minimum cost. If you were to expand the brick and mortar, it would mean you'd have to build another shop in another location or rent another shop in another location, and the costs that come with that.
People in tourism and hospitality industry wouldn't just sit down and watch things happening without any solution. We come up with a platform called Bookly, which is an online platform that connects travelers and business operators in tourism and hospitality industry. Through the platform, you can sell your product and people can buy your product.
Now with e-commerce, you're in that same space, but now your presence digitally is all over the market, and hence, attracting a bigger market to your business.
My name's Arnijana Amina. I'm a businesswoman. I run a company called Bookly, which connects travelers to different tourism and hospitality related services in Rwanda. Keep watching Living in Kigali show on KC2.
For the people who are transitioning from the brick and mortar businesses, joining the new business model of e-commerce, what should they prepare themselves for?
It's a big challenge because most people think the issue of trust is something which should be worked on a little bit so that users have a little bit more confidence to use it. And the space is open. Again, not everybody is tech savvy. People have a lot of technology, challenges using technology. And for you to feel comfortable using one different type of technology, you use this e-commerce platform and another it takes a little bit of practice.
We still have a problem of mindset. People really are still stuck on this kind of eye-to-eye contact. We have a problem of digital literacy. People are not really aware of what's going like in this world of digitalization.
But then it can be a challenge Of course, we must talk about the cost of internet, if it's an internet-based. Because you see here, we're looking at two different kind of e-commerce platform. There's a web-based and there's a mobile-based one. Now, some may require you to have a smartphone. Others may require you use just a USSD code to access that, which is now anybody with a feature phone can use the platform. Those are some of the challenges that come now from us who are providing. Getting that target market is something which can be a bit of a challenge. You have to consider the appropriate business model for your product. If you copy and paste a business model that works somewhere else to work in a place of yours, it may not work perfectly. Something that works perfectly in New York might not necessarily be successful in Rwanda.
With the physical store business model, we have the advantage of touching and seeing and making sure that exactly the product that you are going to buy has the quality that you are looking for. However, with this new business model, we have also the advantage of accessing places that we cannot access, like, for example, maybe in the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, let's see, what are other challenges that this new business model of e-commerce is solving?
We also have a problem of cybersecurity threat, where people think that if I use an online platform, maybe my account is going to be hacked. Like for the business operators, they think that if I use an online platform, maybe like my products are going to be not going to be like, they're not going to have this kind of market that I'm targeting. But all those things, we feel like if we have this kind of mobilization from the local people in the government, we can be aware of what's going on, like in the world of technology. Yeah.
One of the common challenges with e-commerce platforms is when a user buys a product, ends up probably he's not happy with the product, or maybe it's not the product that he wanted. The process of returning this product and replacement, it's usually very complicated. But you see, it's complicated because everybody's trying to, mitigate a risk. It might be unfair, you're being asked, okay, you want us to return this product to you, you'll have to pay for the transport. It may sound unfair. But you see, the context to all these issues that need to be brought out clearly. I believe that a return policy for any e-commerce platform is very, very important. And that may also be something that will contribute either to your success or your failure in the market. My name is Ivan Ochieng. I'm the managing partner of Limitless Apps Limited, a tech company that builds and develops mobile apps. Keep watching Living in Kigali on Kigali Channel 2.
The hospitality industry is evolving. Like we now know Visit Rwanda, which is now worldwide. Now, what are the opportunities that are present in the hospitality industry brought by the e-commerce new business model?
We are living in the world of .com, where everything we do involves technology and digital things. So from the way we work, to the way we travel, to the way like we are doing our leisure moment. So whether we like it or not, but hospitality services comes in our everyday lives. And also we have this thing of COVID, where we find like we cannot just only relax and wait until the pandemic ends, but also we have to find solutions for new ways to survive. That's where, like, as people in the hospitality sector, we realize that we can bring like new things, new products, new services, which can support people like in their everyday lives. So one of the products that rise as a result of like the e-commerce platforms and the introduction of COVID pandemic it's like the virtual tour, where you can, like, maybe if you're looking for a hotel, you can have this kind of like a virtual see and have like a navigation of maybe for a room that you want to book before you book it. So it's like to see before you buy something.
A resident in Kigali has to experience some form of technology working for them in one way or the other. Be it in transport, be it, well, for those who are already using e-commerce, be it applying for something online, a service, government service online. There is always something, that technology is contributing to the lives of people in Kigali.
I also want to relate this into terms, in terms of like the business operators and also the customers. For the operators, they will have an online presence and visibility. They will have a global reach, and also they will have a better place to advertise and sell their products. For the customers, first of all, it's going to save their time. There will be no like wasting of time in terms of looking for different services, and also they are going to have different amounts of choice because you have different relations of services that you are looking for.
With the use of this new business model of e-commerce, what are the opportunities present in this industry?
Good example in Africa. Almost everything is going digital. Look at the rainbow system. Look at the transport system. Everything is going digital. And there's a digital policy that the government has put in place. Now, e-commerce is not something strange out of that. It is part and parcel of that, which the government wanted to achieve. And yes, the pandemic has accelerated that development in the tech sector. And yes, so if you mix the old and the new, you are a much better place. You have the best of both worlds. Yeah.
The new business model of e-commerce is still hard to adopt in the hospitality industry. Now, is this new business model going to help the hospitality industry change the scoreboard in the near future, let's say 5 years to come?
The way we see Bookly in 5 years, we see it as a cornerstone for tourism-related services in Rwanda, because it's an all-in-one platform where business operators can put their services and different people can have access and can purchase them. Giving an example, we have what we call a virtual reality on the platform. A virtual reality is a way in which people can engage with the service they are going to book before they purchase. Like when you're going to book for or make a reservation for a hotel room, you'll be able to have a virtual reality, you'll be able to see what's going on there, and also you'll have this kind of interaction with the service you're going to buy. For the business operators, this is a very nice thing they can use to sell their products. And also for the government, we feel like this is something which is needed for the local people and also for the global market, because we'll be able to sell the Rwandan products, the made in Rwanda product, as this is the main target for the government of Rwanda.
In Africa, we do too many things without technology. But it's about time that we involve technology in our day-to-day lives. Now, our company, Limitless Apps, strives mainly to build mobile apps that are relevant to day-to-day lives. And the same with our e-commerce platform. Our business model is geared towards that very ordinary shop in your neighborhood. We want people to embrace technology to work for them. It's a lot easier when technology works for you. It's cheaper when technology works for you. And there are many, many benefits that come with it. The convenience, the safety issues that come with it. And if employed well and with the transparency, then it should be able to deliver what we everybody's looking for in their day-to-day lives. Now, e-commerce, we need to really emphasize on e-commerce. We buy local and build our local people. And that is a very important thing. That is something that e-commerce can carry. It's a message that e-commerce can carry very, very easily. Just it enables buy local. And that is, I can't put it any better. Yeah.
E-commerce is presenting different opportunities, and it's up to you as a businessman or a businesswoman to leverage these opportunities for your business growth. My name is Cynthia Kyuzuzo. This is Living in Kigali Show. Stay tuned for next time.